Ash, run. Hello. Hi. New setting, because new room or whatever. But hi. Welcome back to my YouTube. I'm Renee. If you are new, welcome. This is a beauty entertainment channel where we do vlogs, get ready with me, rant about anything, mostly TV shows and movies, but it's just all around, whatever. I didn't do a get ready with me because I'm already ready. I was ready like hours ago. I had a long day, trying to find work closer, and then also I was setting up the whole new area and everything, just put up a whole sofa, so I am stressed to high heavens. Also, I was walking in the rain. I didn't even know it was going to rain, but it rained. Tangent. Anyways, back to the video. Welcome. I just love the setting. I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna do my YouTubes or anything in my new setting, and this is the perfect spot. This is where I was doing my makeup, well, my touch up, because I was touching up, because I may or may not end up going somewhere tonight, but this is where I was touching on my makeup because the ring light is like right in front of me and it's just like hitting, so I was like, perfect. So let's get into today's video. We're gonna talk about the CW's Supernatural. I didn't say anything. So if you guys didn't know, Supernatural is a TV show on the CW. I think it runs for 16 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. If I didn't fact check this, so going off memory, yay, love chaos. But yeah, so it runs on 16 or more seasons, I'm not sure. And it's about basically supernatural things. It's like two brothers, Sam and Dean, who are the main characters. They start off from finding their dad on a hunting trip, which they are supernatural hunters. They hunt for supernatural beings, but they started out on a hunting trip with their dad, well, trying to find their missing dad, who was on a previous hunting trip before this one, and it just led into a series of chaos. It just led to more and more mess. So we're gonna dive into the mess. We're gonna talk about the characters. We're gonna talk about the show in general as a whole. Excuse me. And so yeah, let's get into it. First character is Sam. I like Sam. I do. I like Sam. Do I like Sam more than I like Dean? I do, guys. Sorry. Sam's story was, I feel like the whole show was kind of centered around Sam, almost, because if you think about it, it goes from Dean wanting Sam to tag along because Sam chose a different life, which was college, law school. He wanted to be something big, but his brother, who was more family oriented, wanted to focus on finding their father and wanted Sam to get back into hunting. And we'll get to that when we get to Dean, because I blame but so Sam, I like Sam. I really wish they would have continued the law school thing. I'll say I'm Jessica. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Jessica here because she's really not a real character. She was just Sam's plus one for like a couple episodes of the first season. But Jessica, that was very sad, and it was also very, what's the word? I can't think of the word. It was very predictable to have her die the same way as his mom. We could have came up with something different. We could have had a shock death for her if that's what we were gonna do. But I guess I don't know. But Sam, I just really, really wished he would have continued law because whatever, because that would have been interesting. But I guess it we're here. I mean, he died in the end. Him and Dean, they're both dead. So was it worth it? I don't think so. So yeah, the rebellion, Sam, when they made Sam, go dark side. Well, it was kind of set up for him to go that way anyways because they were like, oh, Yellow Eyes spewed vitriol and demonicness into him, and now he's about to go dark side. So it was kind of set up for him to go dark side anyways. But the fact that they had him go dark, everything was just confusing. They had him go dark side, okay, demon spawn, and that was a plot that I was kind of enjoying too. Also, the people around him as well, like it was multiple demon kids. It wasn't just Sam, it was also more kids or more adults now who also have the same thing that Sam had. And I like that they did that, but having them compete against each other to see who's the strongest soldier, I like that episode, not gonna lie. I was gonna talk shit about it, but I kind of like that episode, so I'm not gonna harp on that. But I just don't know. Something doesn't sit right with the whole Sam plotline. I feel like they could have done more with this character, but you know, he's dead. So he had a good run through all those seasons. He did, guys. He did. I just feel like they just didn't have anything else for him to do. I mean, they had him turn into a demon. They had him fight Lucifer. He beat Lucifer or whatever. They had him do all of this. Junk, chaos, up and down, demons left and right, just to end up dead. So, I don't know. I'm going to talk about the ending of the series at the end, but yeah. So that's Sam. I like Sam. Next is Dean. Dean is okay. I have no issues with Dean. But hold on. We're not. I had a couple. I have a couple of issues. I've had previously a couple issues with Dean. Dean, come sit down. Let's start off with the control freak persona you carry of trying to control your brother. What's that about? Why do you want to be Sam's dad? I get it. Your father said watch out for him or whatever the fuck that was, but why do you want to be a control freak when Sam is involved in any conversation? Like, he just would not let Sam do anything with his life. Like, he just was just a big stop sign in Sam's life. Like, Sam couldn't do a thing. He couldn't go to law school, couldn't go with Jessica, couldn't do anything because Dean was there to stop him every step of the way. Dean trying to protect him, I get that, guys. I'm not oblivion to that, but he could have went differently about it. And also, he said some very crazy things also to Sam in some of these situations. Like, your dad told you you may have to kill your brother, not prepare yourself and treat your brother like crap because you may have to kill him. You took that message and you ran with that, and you did it horribly, and that for that I can't sit with you at the same table. Not for that. Sorry about it. Also, they kind of gave Sam and Dean the same storylines. Like, after Sam did the whole demon turning whatever with what was the demon's name? I want to say Ruby, if I'm not mistaken. They did all of that, and then they had Dean do it, like seasons later, become like a black demon or whatever. What was that? That don't make any sense, guys. You could have done something different. You could have had some other plot for Dean, but you know, he was just basically the douchey older brother who just didn't care about anything but girls and fast food. And he was comedic relief. I'm not gonna lie, he was comedic relief, and I kind of feel like it wouldn't be the same without the actor playing him as him. So kudos to the actor, you know, for making me have a hate-love relationship with you. I was becoming more easy on Dean towards the later seasons. The first earlier seasons, I was not a big fan of Dean. He was alright, he was watchable, but I wasn't a big fan. He was funny, but I really, other than that, but when it came to Sam, I wasn't a fan. I'm gonna say that instead. When it came to Sam, I wasn't a fan because why do you act like that with your brother? I'm sorry, are you his older brother or are you his dad? Didn't your father? Alright, well, that's Dean. Just, I mean, they're dead now, so, you know, it's not really much you can do now. You can't change the past. I feel like I should have more to say about him. Oh, him and Castiel. So I was reading online the other day that they were a thing and they confessed their love for each other. And were we watching a different show? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh at you guys who shipped them. I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't ship them, but I just didn't see it when I was watching it. Or like, I don't know, guys. Maybe I have to rewatch the show. I mean, I watched the show for, this is like going on 2 years. And I haven't watched it in a while. Maybe I should have done a rerun on it before making this video, but I haven't had time, honestly. I haven't seen it in like a month or whatever, but I just didn't see the scenes. I mean, I've seen the ship fan-made page videos or whatever of them and all of that, non-junk and whatever. Fun, I guess, to fantasize, but were they really in the show really confessing their love for each other? If they were, I'm not saying that you guys are making it up, but if they were, can you send me the link? I want to see. But other than that, I did like their friendship, brother, whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna call it relish because I didn't see it that way. I just see it as a friendship, so I like that. I feel like Dean needed someone to get him off of Sam, cause back off, bozo. Anyways, I feel like Dean was a bit bossy. He was a bit control freak. He wanted to control every other move. Him locking, almost forgot. Him locking Sam in that dungeon, him and Bobby. You two are going to hell. You're going to hell. You don't deserve happiness. Really? I was upset the entire time. I'm like, why? Okay, he's going dark side. Do you think locking him in a dungeon is going to help him? You really made him go even worse. Like, now he wants to rebel and get out and never be in you guys' perimeter again because you just shut him off completely instead of trying to talk to him, see what's going on inside mentally and help him. You lock him up? I just remember I didn't like that. It was just very, very control freak. Very much, I don't know. I just wasn't liking any of that when it came to Sam. He backed up off Sam as they got older because, I mean, they were older, obviously. Like, you can't boss Sam around anymore. I mean, you couldn't before, but you were doing it anyways. But you can't really much now because Sam is like an adult. So, like, get out of his face with all of that. But those are my thoughts on Dean. Control freak, but he was funny. I liked him. Wasn't too bad. Just when it came to his brother, he was a bit of a wacko. But that's Dean. Next character is John Winchester, the father. No father. He's the father, but he wasn't the father. So let's talk about him. He was barely there because he died in season 2, if I believe. Debbie. I don't know what you want to call it. Him showing up in like 3 episodes in 2 seasons. Debbie. He disappeared, made his sons go searching for him, went through all of that, all of the Wendigos, all of the demons, the craziness, Sam finding out about his background of how it all started. Like, that was crazy. He had the boys go on ridiculousness of hunts to find him. Like, what is this? Is this like some treasure hunt to you? Was this a game? Is this a game to you, John? You sending your kids out on some hunt to find your grown ass, your old over 50 ass? Be serious. Be serious, guys. I have to chew into him a little bit. I liked because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm trying to think if I want to say that. I like the dynamic that they showed between him and Sam with the, I don't know what you want to call that, but with the rebellion kid and the control freak father. Kind of makes sense that Dean acts like his father. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But that was just ridiculous, just a little bit to me, having your kids go out on a wild goose chase to find you. And then when they found you, you were all beaten up by some demon. This was when Meg, the demon Meg, was introduced or whatever. And that was, I think that was one of the first big plot lines that Supernatural had. Meg turning out to like be just a random tourist that Sam ran into, and then she became a demon child. So that was crazy, her bringing everybody together to try to get them killed. They weren't smart, and Sam was manipulated. He's so naive, but he was young. Older Sam wouldn't have fell for that, but Sam was young, so who would have known that? But I mean, don't trust strangers. Didn't your dad teach? Well, I can't even ask you that because I'm pretty sure he didn't. So yeah, when they used to talk about him saying that, oh, my dad raised me, he raised us like warriors, that stunk to me. He raised you like warriors? Y'all were babies. Why weren't y'all in school? Well, they were in school for like short periods of time, and then they would forget the whole school thing and just pick up and move. I'm tired. I'm stressed. It was just dysfunctional to me. You have your kids go to school for a couple weeks while you go out and hunt, and then you when you're done on your trip for like 3 weeks, you take your kids out of their new school, having them to adapt into more. You see why my head is spinning. Deadbeat father. When they had that car crash and he was slowly croaking in that, well, no, he wasn't slowly croaking. He was actually fine in the hospital. When he sold his soul to save Dean, I'm not gonna say what I really want to say. I guess, but was it worth it? Was it worth it, dummy? Dean died in the end, so was it worth it? I mean, if you wanted to keep the show alive, I guess, but you could have waited. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. They're all dead anyway, so it doesn't even really matter now, does it? I didn't really care for John. He just wasn't a good father, and that's one thing I don't take lightly is bad fathers. You can go to hell. Okay, next character is Crowley. Crowley, I kind of didn't mind Crowley. He was funny when he was first introduced, as the devil or whatever. It was a scary man. I wasn't a big fan. He was kind of like annoying. He was always dropping in. Just kind of like the Scooby-Doo episode, just dropping in as a bad guy and messing everything up. I didn't really care, but then as the seasons grew on, he's just becoming more funny. He was just becoming comedic relief. They just got rid of his plot line. They forgave the whole devil thing and just let him be him, and I was like, I guess, but that doesn't make no sense. How one day he's a devil and the next minute he's not. Like, that don't make no sense, but I'm not a show writer, so I wouldn't know. Other than that, I liked Crowley. I guess they kind of saved that whole plot line with, oh, he's the devil, but no, not anymore. He's the king of hell. They changed that rather quickly. But I guess, but that's my thoughts on Crowley. He was a bit of a nuisance when he was first introduced, but now he's alright. Well, yeah, now he's alright. So yeah. Next character is Lucifer. I was scared, guys. They fed into that very well. I was scared. him just popping in to mess with Sam. Like, get away from him. Leave him alone. But he needed Sam to be his vessel, I guess. I hated that plot line. Okay, so when they first started introducing the angels and the devils, it was alright. But when they kind of solely focused on that heavenly, I wasn't a fan. Drop that immediately. Like, I get it, it's kind of supernatural, but we could have kept y'all gonna hate me. We could have kept the holy part off of the script. Cause that's not, I mean, you could call it supernatural, but I just think the whole demonic plot, that theme it fit more into the show, because when it first started, it was about demon hunting, and then they tried to add in angels, and I get it, you can't believe in one without the other, but you didn't have to include all of that. But I guess to keep the show alive for this long, if you wanted to go for 16 more seasons, why not just, do everything around the fucking book? But, whatever, I didn't care. So yeah, that's my thoughts on... Who was I talking about? Give me hold on. Sorry, my bad. I lost my train of thought. But Lucifer, he was a very, very scary man. I felt like they stretched his existence a little too long. The little plot with devil versus God, I feel like that was kind of a stretch. But, it happened. Nothing's changing it. So that's my thoughts on Lucifer. And that's my initial thoughts on all the characters, because I feel like the rest doesn't really need to be included, because I'm not going to have really much anything to say. Should I just do a run through? Rowena, Crowley's mom, bit of annoying, wish she wasn't there. Jack, the brother, their long lost brother, I think that, yeah. I'm mad about his plot line because I love the fact that they brought in another brother, but I wish they would have had him be like Sam and Dean, kind of had him join the team, but they kind of replaced him with Castiel. And then they had him die. So, boo, can't let me have any fun. So that was Jack. It's like 100 more other characters that you would consider main characters, but I'm not gonna add them because they're really irrelevant and I didn't really care for their storylines. So we're gonna talk about the show as a whole. I like the show. I do, guys. I rewatched the first 3 seasons a lot more. Younger Sam and Dean were cuter and they were funnier. They were just everything all in above. I feel like once the show continued, they just got a little bit bored with everything and they were just running through ideas because they were just doing a bunch of angels that, like, really come up with something interesting. But yeah, good show, good cinema. We're gonna talk about the ending, how the show ended. The writers, they deserve hell. The writers deserve hell for how they ended the show. You have Dean die on a hunting trip. And I was reading some comments before making this video, and they were like, it makes sense because Dean always said that he wanted to die. Girl, please, no. We went through all of this. We went through Demon Dean. We went through Control Freak Dean. We went to, I guess, Healing Dean, whatever you want to call that. We went through all these phases. Dean giving his life to an angel. We went through all of that to have him die on a nail on a hunting trip. I want you to put the puzzle pieces together and tell me if that makes sense, because it didn't to me, and I've tried to resonate with it, and I'm like, were the writers who were writing at this time writing before, or did you read did you watch the show? Did you read the earlier scripts? Did you read the earlier plots? Because that didn't make any sense. We've had all 16 seasons of development, and then you ruin it to throw him on a nail. He died, came back to life like 100 times, him and Sam, and then he dies on a nail in a barn. That everybody knows that's unserious, and that just wasn't thought through, and they was rushing the ending, and they just wanted to just give you answers all. No, they wanted to please the fans because the fans were already resonating in their minds that it was okay for Dean to die in a hunting trip because that's what he said earlier. Boo, poo, whatever, boring. Come up with something interesting. He could have died some other way, but you know, he's dead and nothing, like before, he's dead and nothing is changing that. That was just a little bit unserious for me. I didn't like that. And then they rushed the whole ending with him dying, going to heaven, being in heaven. You couldn't give him a serious love interest. You couldn't give him a kid. We all know Dean wanted a son. That whole plot line with when he thought that kid was his son. We all know Dean wanted a son. You couldn't give him a family. You gave Sam the family. Sam, I don't even think Sam really wanted kids. I think he just wanted to be with Jessica. You gave Sam the family. And then you had Dean die in a barn on a hunting trip. If that was the case, you could have ended that on season 5. I'm just saying, if you were going to have him, if we were going to go through 16 seasons of mess, turmoil and chaos, just to have him die like that, he could have literally died 5 seasons earlier. But no, you kept bringing him back to continue the mess, and then you have him dying in like that. I'm upset, so you know. But that's my quick review thoughts on the CW Supernatural. Very good show. I really wish that they would have came up with a better, interesting ending, but they failed. So the writers failed me. They failed character development for 16 seasons long. Was it 16 seasons? I think it was. However many seasons it was, they failed the character development for that long, just to have all of that, the whole journey in a hunting trip. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's my initial thoughts on all the characters in the show as a whole. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what other shows you want me to do, watch, and give my thoughts and my reviews on. I know this was kind of quick, and I said my piece on why I didn't do the other characters. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, and share or whatever my videos. Give me more views. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.